All you have is mine. You can't do this. Shut up.
People in the kingdom whispered about her name in fear. Everyone knew her heart was cruel. She was called the queen, but she had no kindness, no respect for anyone. She ruled not with fairness, but with power and fear. The kingdom was once known for a place of laughter. Children ran in the streets. Farmers sold their crop without worry. But then the wicked queen came in power. Everything changed. She took what she wanted and gave nothing back. At first, people tried to stay quiet. They obeyed her. They paid their taxes and followed her rules. The queen liked that. She loved power more than anything else. Every day, she would call her advisors and nobles to her palace. She sat on her throne wearing gold and jewelry, smiling coldly. I am the ruler, she would say, and you would do as I wish. Her advisors were afraid to speak the truth. If anyone suggested that she should care for the poor, she would grow angry. She would shout,
Do you think I became queen for the poor?
I am not your servant, I am the queen. She spent the kingdom's money on herself. She built towers of gold. She threw grand feasts that lasted for days. People went hungry outside her palace walls. The farmers worked in the sun. The merchants struggled to sell their goods, and the poor continued to beg for bread. But the queen only laughed. One day, she decided she wanted more than power. She wanted fear. She ordered soldiers to take people from their house if they spoke against her. Families were separated. Some never returned. She enjoyed watching people tremble at the mention of her name. They exist only for me, she would say to herself. Without me, they are nothing. But even as she took more and more, the people began to whisper among themselves. They spoke quietly at night. They shared stories of how things used to be before the queen. We were happy, they said. We could be happy again if we stand together. It started with a small act. The bakers gave bread to the poor without charging. The soldiers refused to carry out orders to punish families. The people began to trust one another. They began to plan, but the queen did not notice. She was too busy with her goals, her feasts, and her pride. She believed that no one could challenge her. Every day, she rode through the kingdom in her chariot, waving at the people who bowed with fear. She did not see the anger building like a storm around her. One night, the people decided they could not wait any longer. They gathered quickly, carrying torches and simple weapons. They did not go for the guard first. They went straight to the palace. The streets were empty because the queen had driven most people into hiding. But the few who came out now had courage. Inside the palace, the queen slept peacefully. She dreamt of more gold, more power, more fear. She never dreamed that the people she had called weak and small would rise against her. The people broke in. They were careful at first, avoiding the guards and the traps the queen had set. But the queen woke when she heard the noise. She screamed and called her soldiers.
Go kill the intruders!
She shouted, They will not touch me. Some soldiers hesitated. They had seen the cruelty of the queen and the suffering of the people. Slowly, they lowered their weapon. The people moved quickly and they reached the throne room. The queen tried to hide, but there was nowhere to go. Why are you here? She demanded, her voice shaking with anger. To end your cruelty, one of the people said simply, You have taken everything from us. We have no respect for life. Today, it ends. The queen laughed at first, thinking it was a joke, but when the people did not falter, when they stepped forward with determination, her laughter died. She tried to speak, tried to make excuses, but no one listened. The people made their decision. They tied the queen to a stake in the courtyard. She screamed and begged for mercy. She offered golds, treasures, and even power to anyone who would help her. But the people had suffered for too long. They wanted justice, no excuse. The fire was lit, the flame rose, and the queen's scream echoed through the palace walls. The people watched as the wicked ruler, who had caused so much pain, was taken away by the very power she had used to harm others. After that night, the kingdom was quiet. The people murmured and had been lost. Also celebrated, they worked together to rebuild. Farmers shared their harvest, marketers traded fairly, children ran in the street again. The kingdom remembered the lesson of the queen. Power without respect, wealth without care, cruelty without mercy would always be defeated when people come together. The story of the wicked queen was told for generations. Parents spoke to their children about her greed and cruelty. They spoke about the courage of the people who stood up and how justice can rise from unity. The kingdom learned that fear could rule for a time, but it could never last. And so, the people simply lived, but they lived freely. They never forgot the queen, the fire, or the courage it took to fight for what was right. The queen's name became a warning, a story told around fire and in fields. So no one would ever let such cruelty rule again. The kingdom grew strong again, not because of one ruler, but because of all the people together. And true, they would never forget the pain, the past. They would never again let fear control their lives. Ever again. The end.